Can y'all hear me? Five by five. All right. I got you. There you are. All right. Apologize about that. All I said was I'm, thankful that you guys are here, that today is Friday. And, you know, just like any other day, like the old saying goes, whenever you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you, should always be considered as a good day. So, guess with that being said, I apologize, didn't know that the volume was off. So yeah, but I'm glad to be here. Happy to see y'all here. My man, sit room was good. There you go, Pat S. Lord Thoth, volume really low. Hmm. Let's see, man. All right, let's see this. So, what do you think now? Hopefully, that's better. I turned up the volume as loud as it'll go. But yeah, um, all I was saying was today plan to have hopefully a couple of guests come by. You know, somewhere during the time that I'm on, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk some comics. So think it'll be pretty cool. Hey, what's going on, Lord Thoth? My man Pat S. Sit room, and anybody out there that's listening, thank y'all for being here. Yeah, Lord Thoth, finally gonna get a chance to really holler at you, man. Tonight's gonna be we're gonna have some fun tonight, man. So it'll be interesting, man. Man. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking a little bit of some Green Lantern uh, somewhere down the line, man. But I've been checking out a lot of stuff. Hey, did Lord Thoth and Pat and everybody listening? Actually, I already did the video. I'm still editing it. All good. Wife and I are going to see the Suicide Squad tonight. Praying it's good. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, man. So I don't think you'll be disappointed, man. It's I've heard nothing but good things about it. So it's impossible. What's good, man? Damn. Thank you for being here too. Uh, I did a video, you know, that rumor has it that the my man Brandon Gogo 13 was good, man. The Infinite Wolf, man. I appreciate you looking out for me yesterday, man. Thank you, bro. Man, my man, appreciate you, man. It really helps out a lot, man. And past that, you know, I really like Suicide Squad. Yeah, man. I heard that shit's awesome. Matter of fact, I was gonna check it out as soon as either either sometime today. 'Cause I don't know, man. I'm struggling between you know catching FNT and on real time and just watching that. But I think I'm just going. I could watch that shit tomorrow. Suicide Squad. I'm gonna go ahead and do FNT, man. It's nothing like watching it in real time, man. If you have no choice, then yeah, it's cool to catch the replay, but it's always good to see it. Watch it as it goes down, man. It's like watching you know, people doing the show in front of a live studio audience. Like that's us, man. And So it's good to be a part of that, man. So it's all good. Yeah, man. An article came out saying that in this new Black Adam movie, of course they're gonna have the Just Society of America, but they're gonna have the original Adam, Al Pratt, in the movie. Actually, like like he died during like Zero Hour, and that was what made Nuclon, Albert Rothstein, his grandson, if I'm not mistaken, uh, decide to put on his grandfather's suit just to pay homage. So he went from being Nuclon to Atom Smasher. His powers didn't work necessarily like his grandfather's. So come to find out, he's gonna be in the movie. So I'm like, shit. And then they're gonna put him that he's gonna be like an uncle type figure to Albert Rothstein. And I'm like, well, shit, they're related. What what are we doing? So, but I'm thinking to myself, well, damn. But if you sat there and then they had the nerve to mention like grandma, uncle, and I was thinking to myself, like, damn. Oh, what's up, my man? Dee Dee Myers was good, man. Great to have you here, the Cat Man himself. Thank you for being here, man. And so the thing is if they decided to turn my uncle, the original Red Tornado, into a trans woman instead of keeping her as a real woman, and then of course Hawkman's black, and then Cyclone is black. What do you think they'll do to Al Pratt, the original Adam, at this point? And that's what got me wondering, like, what happens then? V is in the house. What's up? Wanda Gilpin, that's what's up. Man, B, good to have you here. Hell, y'all, today is what the fuck kind of day? Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Uh, see how that yeah, they and that even in my little video, like I said, I'm editing it right now. I was to the point where I was like, yeah, it's good to hear that we could possibly see him in this movie, but at what cost? To what to what expense? Does the character have to suffer just so that he could be shown on the screen? So I don't know, man. It's turn up the volume. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Is this better? Because I got this thing pumped as loud as it can go. Yeah, it says Al Pratt will be bad dad, uncle, father figure. Yeah, it's just you know don't know if he's gonna be more like a Uncle Ben or he's gonna be more like the uncle that you have to live with, but you couldn't stand his ass. You just one of those kind of deals. Boy, so I seen that and I was like, fuck. But yeah, man. One thing I've been watching though, I'm right in the second season, is the Transformers that's out on Netflix. If anybody's a Transformers fan, they have the Transformers: The War for Cybertron series, and I'm like right at the beginning of season 2, and that's just pretty. It's pretty dope. It's pretty good. So I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So that's basically what I've been watching, and then from there I plan to check out some of that Suicide Squad. Been hearing a lot of good things about that. So I'm eager to check that out. Eager to check that out, man. But thank everybody for being here. Shit, hopefully you guys can hear me now. Hopefully I'm not too everything's good. If I need to, let me see. Let me try to refresh this real quick. Y'all. All right. So what to do now? Hopefully this is better. So yeah. So basically, I was saying that I seen the first season of this Transformers series, and it's been the first thing that I've seen since Beast Wars, and I think that I find it to be pretty interesting. I like the whole aspect of where it's coming from, and it kind of it kind of puts you makes you look into the mindset of how Megatron thinks. When you was watching him in the 80s, Megatron didn't give a shit. He was out there trying to fucking destroy everything. Like, he would just shoot him up. He wouldn't even really, he'll ask a few questions, but if he didn't get the answer, he didn't give a shit, man. He was just ready just to destroy a bunch of shit. But then you get to see more into the mindset of why, how he's so diabolical with his shit. But it's cool as fuck, man. Nothing woke about it yet, and I'm just I'm in like maybe 2 episodes into the second season. So I watched season 1 yesterday, started season 2 earlier, but of course I can hear and see you fine. All right, that's what's up, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Pat, that's sweet. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. So I'll tell you what. I'm in the middle of, I'm starting off season 2. I would honestly tell and recommend everybody to go watch season 1. Let me get through season 2 before I say, hey, go watch it or whatever. Season 1 is good, man. Very good, man. You guys wouldn't be upset to be like, hey, I watched it and I saw some crazy shit in it. Nah, it's not like that, man. Not season 1. Now, season 3, Steve said is not woke. I mean, I just I'm gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? So when I see it, I'll let you know when I get there, and that should be like in a couple days. So you see me basically. If I come back on Monday night, by then I should have probably would have seen it by then. If I haven't seen, if I get a chance to, because if I'm not mistaken, it's like 5 or 6 episodes each. So you just gotta let it crank. But it's some good shit so far. So far. Me and Vigilante Williamson, man, when time permits, yeah, Optimus Prime is it's the original dude from the original 1980 show, the voice actor, Peter Cullen. He's actually doing the voice of Optimus Prime in these new Transformers Netflix cartoons, man. The animation is pretty good too. The animation's dope. They got the original Starscream, which is the same guy that played Cobra Commander in the G.I. Joe, the original. Like, if you think about Starscream, the second in command from he was, the jet fighter, the Decepticons. Now he was the second, in command under Megatron. If you listen to his voice in Cobra Commander, it's the same voice actor. They had the exact same voice for both characters. Well, he's back, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the original Soundwave that he turned into a bad guy that turned into the cassette player, and he had all the cassettes pop out of his chest and shit. I think he's like the original voice actor for him came back, and I'm not sure about Bumblebee. It kind of that's the thing. A lot of these voice actors are like they're like 30, 35. It's like they did all this shit back 30, 35 years ago. So it's like they're a lot older now, and of course, with time, their voice will change a little bit, but you can kind of hear the original people in there. Like you can tell, okay, that's him, but you got to really listen to that shit, man. But it's good to see, Peter Cullen back, and it's yeah, man, it's some good shit, man. You guys should check it out. Ready for tonight, 24, going to be fun to have you on. Yeah, man. Hey, everybody, tonight I'm going to be on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Yo, this shit's going to be awesome. We're going to be discussing comic books, and it's going to be, we're going to have a great time. Be on there with Lord Thoth and Clobbering Times and maybe another guest or two. But yeah, it's good. It's going to be some good shit, and we're going to be talking comic books, different things here and there, and definitely invite everybody, to come join us. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. He's a great guy. He's doing things, man. He's moving up, and he's fighting his way to the top, man. So, got to give him props where give him credit where credit is due, man. So, yeah, I look forward to fucking kicking it with him, man. Like, fuck. Be the first time coming on the channel, so I'm excited. Yeah, he's Lord Thoth. I'll probably be at the Suicide Squad tonight. Oh, okay. I feel you, my man. Well, hopefully, you might pop your head in and say hi or something, man. It'd be cool, man. Yeah, man. Enjoy it though, man. Yeah, man. I heard it was good, man. Fuck. The one thing about that, I wonder, like, how much money do they actually make knowing that date night? That's what's up, man. Shit. That's how you do it, man. One thing I'm wondering is, when things are released, like let's say I heard that Suicide Squad was released a week ago out overseas, UK, all that shit. And then now, starting, I think it was yesterday or today, now, it's out in American markets. But the thing is, for all of us that had to wait and we have the choice to go in the theater or watch it at home, how much money are they really making when, like, in the theaters, they charge head for head, like, person for person, even if it's kids or adults, whatever, they charge for each person. Now, when you got like 5, 10, like a motherfucker can have a watch party at his house, 20, 30 motherfuckers in the house watching, everybody can probably put in like 50 cents and pay for the shit. 15, 20 people, everybody put in 50 cents. They can cover the whole fucking thing right then and there. How much money do they really lose, man, by opening that shit up at the same time on HBO Max? Because the thing is, we already paid for the subscription. We ain't paying nothing extra for that shit. So, like how did they get paid, man? Like, especially if it's not it's just a straight up theatrical release. Yeah, man. Bumblebee was my first collector's item. One of my favorites. Yeah, man. Bumblebee's awesome, man. I still got a few of my original Transformers, man. I sure do, man. I got it's like a brand new fucking Cliff Jumper, man. The original Cliff Jumper, man. I have Cliff Jumper Brawn. I got a Swoop. I have like 1 or 2 Insecticons, the original ones. I got a Optimus Prime that's not in so good condition, along with the trailer, that you're putting in the back and shit. And then I have pieces of Bruticus. and I think I have like one Stunticon, but I do have all the Monster Cons, and I forgot what the name of them. You know, like you put them all five of them together, the Monster Cons. I forgot what was the name of that motherfucker that but I got him all with everything intact. So what else I got? Oh, and I think I have a Ratchet or Ironhide or some shit, the original, where it's just like the glass. It didn't even have a face. Yeah. Please, everybody, if you enjoy what you're listening to, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I sure do need it, man. I appreciate you, man. Everybody's subscription and thumbs up really do help the channel. So I appreciate y'all for that. And 32 Flavors of Nick White says, yeah, I'm surprised with how divided it is. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Thought Volume 2 was all right, but I really enjoyed the Suicide Squad. 32 Flavors of Nick White said, I saw it in theaters last night. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. So, I mean, shit, you saw it the best way possible, man. And Pat says, 24, we used to do that with Tyson fights back in the day. We sure did. 20 of us chipping in about $3 and bring your own beer. You fucking right. You know what, man? I remember my dad, either took me or, I mean, we've, a few times, if it wasn't a Tyson fight, it was fucking WrestleMania or SummerSlam. It was some kind of wrestling event. And matter of fact, my boy B, he's in the chat right now. He can tell you if we grew up together, and he'll tell you, man, like we used to have like either the Tyson fights or it was some kind of SummerSlam or it was Bash at the Beach or it was some if it was WCW or or SummerSlam or like I say WrestleMania or some shit. Man, you got about 15, 20 people, everybody drinking, they barbecuing and shit, everybody, bringing in food and meats and shit. Man, cars parked in the front yard and shit. Just, man, I miss that shit, man. I miss that, man. It's good old days, man. So I still have my original Jetfire. You know what, man? Is Jetfire or Spitfire? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Spitfire, Jetfire. That was always the thing, huh? But shit, man. If you got that Jetfire, man, shit, that's awesome, man. I love to see that motherfucker, man. I miss mine, man. Ooh, I miss my Megatron, man. Fucking gun was like, I mean, no shit. The gun was actually this long with all the adjustments to make that motherfucker into it. Was, and especially like you had the regular handgun, and then it was just, boy, that original Megatron was the shit. Yeah, man, some good shit, man. And not a lot of people at a Thursday night 9:15 showing in a small Illinois suburbia. Yeah, okay. That's what's up, man. There you go, man. That's what's up, man. I feel you on that. If that's the case, man, shit, go, do your thing, man. Enjoy it, man. Especially when you know it ain't gonna be a crowd. Shit, that means you can spread your wings, man, and really chill. Shit. Man, how much did you pay for like popcorn? Did you even buy all that shit like popcorn and candy and drinks and shit, or did you get like a hot dog or some nachos, or sometimes they have like Frito pies and shit? I don't know, man. Sometimes the chili from the movie theater, boy, make you had a shiz nizzles. You know what I'm saying? Shit, boy. You can't try. Hey, that you gotta be careful with that shit, man. It'll make you blow some things up. We like Soundswave cassettes. Yeah, there must have been about 20 of them. Actually, there was a bunch of them. And actually, I have a few of those. I have well, you also got to think about Blaster had his own shit too, man. So Blaster, there was a bunch of them. Yeah, man. Restart your collection, dude. Yeah, man.
I bet, you know what? I bet I could start back collecting some shit, man. I kind of, I'll be honest with you, man. What happened with my toy collection, man? Uh, I've been done kind of, you know, particular ways with my comic book collection and my toy collection. Basically, have family members holding on to my shit. And my comic books, somebody stole some long boxes of all my Marvel comics, basically. And then when it came to like my toys, I had all the original GI Joes. We talking, and even my boy Brian can tell you, like, shit. I had Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander with the hood, with the shielded face. I have all the original like Scarlets and Lady J. I had all that shit. Matter of fact, what happened was, man, my brother took all my action figures, my oldest brother, and gave them away. Didn't even know they were worth. Fuck, man. You're talking about from all the different like variants of all the different characters, man, like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and like Zartan and this like it was too much buying, man, and too much money put into that shit. And then as much money as you can think about that shit is worth now, the only thing that's left is all their weapons, and actually not really all their weapons, because I actually had all the weapons like attached to them, like in their hands, like if they had like something strapped on, if they had like even like a removable helmet, they had the helmet on or whatever. So I lost all that shit, and the only thing that's left is like Sergeant Slaughter's fucking vehicle and some Pentor's vehicle, and a couple of jets, a couple of missiles that go to the motherfuckers, and I'm like, oh man. So I don't know, man. And then it gets to the point where it's like, everybody just wants you to like be cool with it because it happens. Like, come on, man. Like, that was all my lunch money. That was all the fucking money I used to fucking cut grass every weekend and wash windows and all this other shit to fucking buy all that, collect it, for a fucking good majority of my life. And then when people give it away or, shit gets stolen, when you thought it was in good keeping or in a safe place, But like I always say, man, nobody's ever gonna give more of a shit about your shit than you. Don't ever expect people to care about your shit as much as you care about it. Even if they seen you struggle to get it, keep it up, collect, and they know it's like it's your baby. You know what I'm saying? You made sure that it didn't go to shit, and all of a sudden, but you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn, man. So enough of my comic book and toy war stories and shit. Oh shit. Yeah, I really like Soundwave. Yeah, Soundwave was awesome. That way we can do our version of Az and R&B's Hot Toys. Yeah, you know what, Nick? If you want to do something, yeah, man, we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk real. Nick Weiser banging at the Berwyn View. Oh yeah, Blaster did. Yeah, Blaster had a bunch of shit, man. Hey, we got XL popcorn and XL slushy, extra butter and all, around $15. Oh, then shit. Yeah, you didn't do bad. I would have went old school and got like the old school fucking like snow caps and shit. Snow caps, that dark chocolate with the little white sprinkles and shit on there, little candy. I'd have got some of those. Let me think. Definitely would have got the popcorn, man. just for nostalgic sake. Yeah, dump the butter. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'd have got a big one too. That way I don't have to go back and be missing shit. You know, yeah, I'd have done that, man. The free refills. That's what's up, man. Yeah, you did that for $15. Fuck. And shit. The only way you save even more, you tell baby girl, girlfriend, hey, what's up, baby? Won't you look at that old purse? Won't you put these old, this big king size Snicker and a couple of these Kit Kats, the damn Reese's Pieces up in this motherfucking purse you got there. Make sure you bring the big purse. They can hold some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that way you hit up a good hit a good little dollar store or whatever, load up on the candy bars and fuck it, right? Dude, I love their Bearwin W VFW all. Yeah, man. Pat says at 24/7 Fusion Media, I could sell your old G.I. Joe stuff on eBay. And you can take the money and rebuild some of your Transformer collection. Actually, man, I got some old toys, man. Shit got whatever's left. But yeah, man, I got like that. I got some old superpowers, Batman and the Batmobile and shit like that, man. Yeah, past the LOL War Stories, yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate that, Pat. Yeah, I'll definitely get with you, man. Maybe see some Twizzlers in the show. Didn't melt in your pocket, yeah, man. She holding the purse, man. So of course, you tell baby girl, go on and slip that in there. Don't be acting up now, and don't be fucking sneaking a bite of my Snicker. You know what I'm about? Appreciate that. I'll share it with you, but none of that bullshit. Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, shit. Y'all get the candy bars in there, and yeah, you could definitely you get the candy bar in there. You go in there, you get the drink of the slushy and the fucking refillable popcorn. You're good to go, man. You're good to go. So yeah, man. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. Boy. Say, Nick, what kind of comics you collecting, man? What about you, Pat? If anybody got some books out there, shit, throw them in the chat. I want to see what y'all working with. Hey, man, y'all ever seen this, man? I haven't opened it yet, man. Y'all ever seen this? Old school House of Secrets. Look, this came in a little bundle I got, right? It says $150 near mint VF. Man, I'm looking at this shit. This shit is not near mint, man. I know what near mint is. This has to be like maybe very good. Maybe considering how old it is, yeah, maybe a very good or very good plus or some shit, but I wouldn't put it to be like a fine or a very fine or a near mint. Hell no. I wouldn't even put fine shit. I wouldn't put none of that shit. But this joke, he'll put 1961. He put $150 on there, man. I was like, wait a minute. Why would you even put that kind of price tag on this kind of shit, man? And I hope the motherfucker I got it from, like I only got this for a few dollars. Hope the person he got it from didn't get this shit for $1. I hope he didn't, like if the person I got it from didn't pay $150 for this, because I wouldn't have paid $150 for this. Hell no. And it's not like this is a scarce comic book, man, but $150? Or that's probably how much he was trying to fucking sell it for before he fucking threw it in this boy, if I told I'll tell you this, that shit was probably in the stack of that shit was probably like 50 cents to $1 for that book. So when I looked at it, I was like, 150, what the fuck? So this crazy as shit. I'm digging for old Daredevil and Amazing Spectacular Spider-Man.
Nick, why you ain't tell me sooner, bro?
Modern books I enjoy Boom and Image and Indiegogo. You know, I have a
Boom comic book over here next to me, man.
Never owned a Boom comic,
but
and actually it came a part of the package with that other comic book. Never seen House of Secrets. Yeah, man, it's like an old school, like, you know, it'd be like, it was like the Twilight Zone of comic books, man, for DC Comics, and all this weird shit happened in these comics, man. That's why it's old school. It's you know, 10 cents, man, when it came out, but it's not in the greatest condition, man, at all, man. Like I said, this is probably a good to a very good, but I wouldn't put it past that, man. As far as the quality of like whoever owned it before I got my hands on it didn't. Him and whoever has owned it for like the last 50 years didn't keep 60 years didn't keep a good didn't keep this shit in good condition. Actually, 6-year-old comic. Matter of fact, it's this fucking 1961. It's 2021. Yeah, 60-year-old comic, man. So wow, 60-year-old comic book, man. Yeah, Berserker and Power Rangers have been kick-ass on Boom. They just got the Mighty Mascots in Florida, man, from IGG. Okay, that's what's up, man. Hobby has me looking at DC's Commandy, The Last Boy on Earth, a 70s comic. You know, actually, I've been seeing the original runs of Commandy. Yep. I've been seeing the original runs of Commandy, like, and that's the thing, man. Yeah, 60. Yeah, holy smokes, yeah, man. 1961, brother. But you know, that's like I've even went back, like I'm into old comics, man. You know, I even have like original Ghost Rider comics with the Ghost Rider that was like on the horse, man, with the all white suit. I guess like the version that you seen Sam Elliott play in that Ghost Rider with Luke Cage, that first movie. So even before they had, you know, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, they had the old Western Ghost Rider comics, and I got those, man. Like, shit, I got all kinds of fucking comics, man. Shit, like this is like the original, like, well, I ain't gonna say the original, but basically when DC got their hands on the Shadow back in the 60s and 70s, they this is issue number 5 of his run. Ooh, the Western. Hey, man, I got Westerns, man. I got a bunch of Westerns, man. Like Western comic books. Matter of fact, let me see. Somewhere around here, I got a DC Western. Let me see, where's that shit at? Oh, it's right here. Oh, there it goes. Well, shit. Well, I mean, I got like shit like this. Old school Batman. Look at that shit, man. Fucking 12 cents, man. Batman issue 346. Motherfuckers fucking damn in mint. Like you look at that motherfucker's good. No cracks, no creases. I got like, you know, I got shit like this, man. I got a few of these old school Batmans. Then old school the Brother Power the Geek. Like an old school DC. Like they had some real obscured. This is about like a like a doll like zombie that comes to life, but he's like a good guy. Like it's on some like real weird mystical shit. Like it's some real different shit that uh you know what, Pat S, I'll let you know next time I see Commandy, because I see that like it's nobody's business, man. So I definitely will let you know when I see it, man. All right, let's see here, man. Here it goes. This is 15 cents. DC All-Star Western. All-Star Western presents Outlaw in Billy the Kid plus Wild Bill Hickok Town Tamer. So this is 15 cents, issue number 6. Now look at this. This is old school DC Westerns. And I got old Marvel Westerns too, man. From 1960s and 70s, man. Like 10 cent, 12 cent Westerns. And they're fucking in damn good condition, man. But yeah, this is see if y'all can see this a little better, man. Hopefully y'all can, man. Yeah. See, hopefully not too much glare on it, man. That way you guys can get a chance to see it. But yeah, man, I love Westerns, man. I mean, dude, I got hundreds of Westerns, man. So, I mean, love watching. I love Louis L'Amour. I love, Western books, the Sackett brand. I mean, you can't miss me with, with all that shit. I love Westerns, man. Clint Eastwood, Red Dead Redemption. I don't give a fuck which one it is. You can't miss me with that, man. They get like the old school game Gun. I love Gun, man. I love shit like that, man. I love Westerns, man. That whole very fascinating not to say that I would love to be there, but I would love to go to an old Western town, man. Ghost Town or whatever. I'd love to go see that shit, man. Go to Tombstone or some shit. Love to do that one day, man. No bullshit. That's something I would like to check out one day if I could, man. Yeah, man. And I own a lot of Westerns, man. Matter of fact, they're probably right here, man. Might just pull them up, man, for you real quick. No problem. If you guys got a moment to see it, yeah, I'll show it to you, man. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, there it goes. All right, here we go. Now, check this out. Let me make a little room here. Now, these motherfuckers here, man, these are some cool shits. This is the Rawhide Kid from Marvel, issue number 60. Man, these motherfuckers here are beautiful, man. Look at this, man. The Rawhide Kid, man. Also love me some Bongo Comics, aka The Simpsons. Yeah, man. I remember that. I remember Bongo Comics, man. That's old school. I'm not sure if they're still around, man. Let me know if they are. I haven't kept up with a Simpsons comic book. Fuck, man, in too long, man. Whoa, Hidden Treasure, yeah, man. This issue number 60, man. Then let me see, issue that's him with Calamity Jane and Wild Bill Hickok. It's issue number 61, the next issue. So let me here we go. Say these are nice, man. Got them in great condition too, man. Oh yeah. And then he goes issue number 63 right here. See if I can see that. Yeah, this is some good shit, man. I love Westerns, man. I love Westerns, dude. I mean, I got, fuck, man, hundreds of Westerns, man. I haven't even watched them all, man. Like, fuck, shame on me. But that's some good shit. I love them all, black and white. I don't give a fuck if they're from the 30s, 40s. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's Ronald Reagan. I don't give a damn if it's the Duke. I don't care who it is, man. I'll watch it. Love like old Lee Van Cleef Westerns. Love Lee Van Cleef, man. Well, they had a lot of good people, man, do Westerns, man. Some good shit. This is the Rawhide Kid, issue number 65. Look at this, man. Remember when motherfuckers used to punch like that? One good lick to the jaw. Back in the day. Some good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. I'm telling you, man. You said Westerns. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Did he just say the W word? Yeah, man. Series finished at 250, huh? So I guess for me, I'm in the 60s, man. I guess the book stayed far more entertaining. Where'd you find Rawhide? Doing what I do, man. I went scouring, putting my feelers out there, and came across these. It's like I got a whole stack of these motherfuckers, man. So yeah, man. Like, let me know, man. Let me know, man. Shit. Let me know what's up, man. And I definitely will go hunting, man. Shit, we'll talk about it, man. Yeah, because I definitely get this shit, man. Saying these motherfuckers are in great condition, man. And the art's good as fuck, man. Like this. Actually, it's funny. This kind of reminds me of like some kind of Kirby art, man. Like, no bullshit, man. Like, it's it looks cool as fuck, man. Definitely has that kind of vibe to it. Not sure who this issue 66. I don't know who drew it. Damn, it's some good shit. So it went from issue 66. This is issue 71. Will the kid meet his death at the hands of the last warrior? And this is look at that, man. Great condition, man. Look at these. The Rawhide Kid. Man. Good stuff, man. It went all the way to issue 2 went to 250, huh? Old School Flicks was so badass. Yeah, man. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, there you go, man. And Nick says, Common Hunt is endless. Hey, you know what? The thing is, man, you know what's satisfying about a comic hunt, man? Like, it's the thrill of the hunt, bro. That's it, man. Just to know that you done looked over some shit and you found what you wanted, got what you wanted. I mean, it's, especially if you enjoy what you collect, man, and you really like, there's nothing like it, man. And that's anything, man. Whether it's a comic book or jewelry, or just anything that you enjoy, man. Sometimes it might be like an old record or something that you've been wanting for a long time, and you finally got your hands on it. It's a lot of little things, man. There's a lot of good shit out there, man. And when sometimes it might be like an old childhood, game or something, like a board game that you haven't seen in like 20, 30 years. And, you get one and it's in great condition. You're like, oh shit. And you looked high and low, you seen it a couple times. It was beat the fuck up. You just didn't want it like that. And you found you a good one. You got it at a great price, man. And boy, that's just finally yours, man. And it's like, fuck, you remember the memories and shit. You about to make you some more memories. So, it's one of those things, man. It just makes the satisfaction, worthwhile, man. And that's what it is for me, man. And even if I could help find something for somebody, which, I've been hired, a few times, in the last couple months to go, hunting for some shit, because I have, I look through a lot, I got a lot of connections and a lot of shit that I see, that I'm interested in. And on top of that, always make sure that come off with the best quality stuff for the cheapest price, man. And because, dude, I don't have any money really, man. Like, I get, I have what, you guys, do for me. And on top of that, I'm not working, there's a, but all I'm saying is that, for folks that don't have a lot of money and they want their dollar to stretch, then, that's where it counts, man, where you're getting good quality shit at great prices. And you didn't really pay shit for it. Spend $20, not say always, get a nice handful of some shit that you normally don't, run across. A lot of money didn't come out of your pocket to pay for it. And then guess what? You got what you wanted and you still got your whole check and everything else to take care of your bills and do what you need to do for your family. That's what it's about, man. And I understand because I'm in that position right now, but I could still find a way to come off with a hell of a deal, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get it. And that's what I do, man. And that's why I enjoy doing that, man. Comic cutting is endless. Yeah, make me think these books sat in basements for decades and somehow still look beautiful. Yeah, man. Especially when they have that comic book scent. Yeah, that paper scent, like that clean, like basically when they had that smell, like it was still like fresh off the press, like it wasn't read much, or basically it wasn't circulated a lot. Like basically, like let's say if they put it in a bag and backboard, they just did that and then put it in a box somewhere and just fucking left it in the corner. Yeah, man. I mean, shit, you open it up and it has that old book smell, man. That old school, library book smell, depending on if it's old or, maybe it's been sitting in somebody's garage, hopefully it hasn't like tinted, like the pages ain't turned yellow, what they call it, oxidization or whatever the fuck is the process of, your shit's turning brown, your pages are your comic books sitting in the garage, you letting the weather, fucking the humidity and everything fucking dampen the pages, man. So yeah, it's all kind of shit, man. And to see that a lot of them still survive that kind of shit. Man, motherfuckers used to put their comic books in an old milk crate. This is the Rawhide Kid issue 100 at 20 cents. Look at that, man. And this motherfucker's, man, ain't now cracking this one. This motherfucker's hot. Issue 100 of the Rawhide Kid. Motherfucker's perfect, man. That motherfucker's beautiful, man. Yeah. You can see that motherfucker don't got no cracks, no creases, no nothing. Look at that shit, man. Fucking crispy as shit. That's what's up, man. You know, that's the goal. Not to say that, you know, every comic book you'll get will be fucking perfect, but shit, as close to it as possible, man. That's you know, that's the goal, man. Trying to get that shit as to that point as possible, man. Without having to, be charging an arm and a leg, man. Nick says, "Oh snap, I gotta go. Good talk, dude. See you later." All right. You take it easy, my man. Look forward to hollering at you later, man. And we'll talk more about comics tonight, man. Peace out, my brother. And thank you, man, for being here, man. Look forward to beginning with Nick tonight over on his channel. Man. Yeah, man, if you could please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate that. Yeah, and if you enjoy the content that you're listening to, please hit the thumbs up for your boy. It definitely helps out the channel. And I need all the help I can get. Real talk, man. I need all the help that I can get, man. I'm thankful for everything you guys do for me, man. To being here, listening, you know, in on the live streams, whether it's live or on a replay, watching my videos, you know, giving me comments in the comment section. It means everything, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Because, you know, you guys are who I do this for, man. For real. And all I want to do is get better. I want to just give y'all better entertainment, you know, make y'all laugh, you know, make y'all think about some things, you know, and just enjoy kicking it with your boy. Good talk, dude. See you later. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. So peace out to my boy 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Please subscribe to him if you haven't. Please do. It's a good dude, man. Real good dude. Excited, man. Looking forward to catching up with him tonight about 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. So it'll be good. It'll definitely be good. All right, so he's digging for old Daredevil, Amazing and Spectacular Spider-Man. That's what's up, man. I wonder if he fucks with the web of Spider-Man. Oh shit. Lord Thoth says later, Nick. That's what's up. Lord Thoth, man. Yeah. What's going on, you fat ass? Hey, if y'all can do me a favor, man, y'all let me know when FNT starts, man. You know, shout out to everybody in the Friday Night Tights crew, along with the guests. You know, great group of guys, man. I enjoy all their channels and all the things that they do. You know, the contributions that they do for the community and the way they help each other out and look out for others. Great guys, man. You know, it's an honor to be basically being a part of what's going on with all of us being here, man. It means a lot, man. You know, we're all here, you know, trying to enjoy some good shit, but at the same time, you know, trying to stand up for our shit too. No, not trying to allow our stuff to get railroaded and screwed over the way it's, you know, the way everything's been done. And yeah, man, it means something. You know, it means something. So I just, the fact that we're here together, you know, I enjoy that shit, man. Friday is a great streaming day. It is, man. It is. Thank you, Sit Room. Pat S says I'll be watching. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate you, man. Well, if you guys want to see some more comics, I got a stack here. So you guys let me know if you guys are interested. If you are, I'll definitely throw a few up in the air. Check this out. Check this out. Well, everybody, we have a guest in the house. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest. It's none other than my man. Here we go. Here we go. Mexican Iron Man.
What? Am I here?
There you go, man.
Am I live?
You live, man.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Mexican Iron Man. First name Mexican. Last name is spelled IRONMAN. I'm really honored to be on the show today. I have no content. I release about one video every 6 months. Hello, Mr. 24. Your last name, is it spelled SEVEN?
Oh shit! There you go, man.
I'm trying to be like I'm trying not to let the crowd know that how well we know each other. Am I doing a good job?
Yeah, you're doing a good job, man.
Okay. I'll get back and kick it. Yes. For those who don't know, my background is I am Mexican. Oh wait, it's in my hold on, it's in my word. Hold on, it's in my title. Okay. All right. I'm actually kind of nervous. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here, man. How you doing, man?
Oh man, it's I've had one hell of a day, one hell of a week. August is turning into one hell of a month, but I'm gonna go see Suicide Squad in the theaters in about right after I get out of here. I gotta run some errands, and then I'm gonna go see it tonight.
That's cool, man. I was kind of posing a question to everybody earlier. Cold Era, how you doing, man? Great to have you here. Thank you, bro. I was thinking, like, it came out 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser said he went to go watch it. And so folks went to go watch it yesterday. A lot of folks are going today or over the weekend. But my whole question was, if it's dropping in the theaters and on HBO Max all at the same time, how much money is expected to be made in the theaters versus, all the people have to pay is a subscription to HBO Max and just watch it for free? Especially when all the heads are like at the theaters, you get the count head for head, but at people at the house, you can't count if there's like 20 or 30 people watching it.
Right.
Exactly. At one time.
Exactly. I was on Midnight's Edge, the morning show this morning. I don't know if you caught that at all, but they had the great Tom Conkle. He's a Hollywood insider. He's a Hollywood producer, a writer, director, actor. He's been a working actor for 2 or 3 decades. Okay. And he's one of the guys that I'm a huge fan of. And I got a link from Andre and Tom to come on the show. And I'm a backup. I'm probably more than this, but I'm basically a backup rotating guest. So if they don't have somebody, sometimes they call on me to jump in and give my 2 cents. And that was all we were talking about for a good hour and a half today is about the impact. And to me, there's 2 angles to it.
Right. One
angle. Oh, by the way, I'll show this a little bit more later, but I just want you to know that I kind of dressed up for you today. I'll get into my set. Here's what I did for you today. Watch, check this out. Hold on. Look, see, get it?
There you go. That's what's
Mexican,
up, man.
Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man. See that?
I like that, man.
Like that. I put my mouth. See that? See?
There you go, man.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is what makes me Mexican. You can't really tell because right here, there's a little piece of green tape. And so because of the way StreamYard works, anything that's green gets a little weird with the camera. But there's 2 things about it. One thing is that you're hitting on the first issue, which is the big issue, which is that how many people see it, how many people watch it, yada, yada, yada. And Tom made up a great point, which is that, maybe you got a couple kids and you just tell your son, hey, go bring over your friend so-and-so. And then, we'll just watch it. We got it over here. Just come over, watch it. And now everybody's watching on the main TV. and it really screws up the numbers and how many people see it and all that. You're hitting on the point. But listen, this is going to be the third movie I've seen in a week and a half, and I got to tell you, people got to get off their asses, and they got to get into the theaters, and they got to start. We can't say that we're fans when the word means fanatic, and we're not actually being fans and going out and seeing stuff. We got, and bro, listen, I saw last week. The same day last week, I saw The Forever Purge, recommendation by Paulie at the Great Latino Slant, number 1.
What's the name of it again?
Paulie from Latino Slant.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
The Forever Purge.
The Forever Purge. Okay, all right.
So there's the Purge movies. They're a franchise, and I saw that. Had a great experience. I saw The Green Knight a few days ago.
Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah.
You could pass on that. Beautiful cinematography, boring as snot.
But I keep hearing a lot of people say it was good, so it was boring.
It is a beautiful cinematic movie. If you want to see beautiful cinematic landscapes and listen to people talk for long, if you like classical music, it's good. But if you want action, or if you want something, no, there's zero action. The biggest action we got was when Meg Schneider went to the bathroom and tried to get his belt undone and get it back on when he was at the urinal. I mean, that took all my strength and all my pop, because I'm in an iron suit, right? Get it?
Right.
Boom. Oh, that was a joke. You didn't.
No, I got you.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to work on my comedy for the next show. Anyway, so there was zero action, and then the next biggest action was when I forgot I left my hat in, and I had to run back in and sneak back in the theater and get my baseball cap out of the theater. So no, there's zero action in The Green Knight, bro. But I think we gotta start going to theaters. But what I will say is that there was going to the theater. I forgot how much I missed it. I have been going to the movies at least once, almost always twice a week, for decades. I know that sounds crazy, but it's something I would do usually on a Wednesday. If I didn't go I would go to either the movies or a baseball game on Wednesdays. If the Oakland A's were out of town, I went to the movies. If they're in town, I went and saw the Oakland A's home games. And then I would usually go on Thursdays and Sundays, almost always. Today I'm going on a Friday, which is a bit unusual, but I just, I do Midnight Sedge After Dark on Thursday, so I couldn't go last night. Right. But anyway, so I think, going there, my cell phone's turned off. Mm-hmm. Here's what I thought. My cell phone's turned off. I'm not getting texts. I'm not getting notifications. Right. I got plenty of time to actually get immersed in it. The screen. I have a big, as you know my home setup. I got surround sound. I got 1,500 watts. I got a big fancy 4K TV. Right. I got all the streaming. I have every bell and whistle that anyone could imagine. And I forgot how much I missed going to the movies. I mean, the popcorn probably tasted the same as it is at my house, but. I know I can't get a cherry icy at home. I got a cherry icy.
Shit, if you did, you would never leave the crib, man. So
exactly. So I was telling Tom Conkle on the stream on Midnight Sedge. Right. His movie, for example, it's a Hollywood noir story. It's about an old detective, 50s kind of 60s.
Oh yeah, I love shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. This movie's so good. And I don't think, you can't, you watch that on the iPad, just doesn't work. It just doesn't. You know what the example is? Here's the example. Let's bring it back to our channel, or your channel. I said our channel, your channel. What to you is the difference between reading a comic book and reading one digitally on an iPad or an iPhone?
It's weird. It's to feel, it's like to feel the paper and the fact that if you're looking at it on a tablet, I don't know. For me, I just know that look at a digital version of a comic book. What happens if you don't have internet? What happens if you don't have the power to turn on your tablet?
But let's assume you got all that. You got internet, right. But isn't it a substandard experience?
Yeah, it is.
It is. To actually hold the book and have the book in your hand, you could have the same exact digital comic book, and it's not the same.
It's not the same.
You feel like it's not the same, and that's true about what I forgot that's true about movies. When I'm there, and again at my house, I got a big screen, I got 4K, I got surround sound, I got all that bells and whistles, but it's not as good as when I went to the theater. Now, on the flip side of it, I went to see The Green Knight, and it was so boring. Some dude fell asleep in the 5th row.
Oh.
And he started snoring.
Oh.
So sometimes there's bad things about it. But I was comfortable. I'm in the lounge chairs. It wasn't even one of the fancy joints where they bring you food to your seat type of thing. But man, you know, if we're gonna be fanatics or fans, we got to get off our butts and go see some of the stuff.
Yeah, we gotta support it the way we normally used to, you know, the way we used to support it. Go to the theaters and watch it, you know. Excuse me.
Exactly, that's what we got to do.
The only thing that people used to go at home to stay home and watch were like made for TV movies, or let's say if it was something you get at Blockbuster that was like it went straight to DVD. Excuse me. You know, those things you don't have a choice. But if you have a choice to go support something, go to the theater and yeah, you should watch it. Because you know the thing is our money counts in order to keep something going, especially if it's something good and we want to support it and we want to see more of it. You know, we should be in the theater supporting it if it's something that's worthwhile. You know, and also we're gonna have to take chances on seeing some different things that we normally, you know, we might hear that it's not that good or whatever. You know, sometimes you got to see things for yourself and not always take everybody's word, you know, on the dime like that. You know, sometimes you go, you know, you're gonna have to, if you want to, you know, people tell you that it's bad. Sometimes you might have to see how bad it is. Go in there and watch it, man. And if, you know, and if it is that bad, you know, you just, at least you find out for yourself. And that's another thing too. A lot of people need to start, you know, seeing things for themselves and not always taking everybody's word for it.
Right. That's what I think. So, yeah. So listen, I know you got a bunch of openings to do. I've only got about an hour total. So what I wanted to do is I also wanted to, a buddy of mine, Warwolf, that I met on Midnight's Edge. I wanted to see if we could talk a little Green Lantern today. Can we talk a little Green Lantern?
Yeah, man, we can do that. Matter of fact, I pulled some Green Lanterns out, man, that I haven't looked at in maybe in about 8-9 years.
Sweet. So Mark, aka Warwolf, I just sent him the link, so he might be popping up. You might have to bring him in and stuff. And so here's how all this happened. So the way all this happened was the topic came up in a different live stream. I think it was on Midnight's Edge After Dark on Tuesday night, and he and I started going back and forth and stuff like that. Maybe it was last Thursday, I don't know what it was. And he actually I'll let him say it in a minute. But basically, what happened is that everybody has a different Green Lantern, don't they? I mean, over the years, I've always found that people have different Green Lanterns that they like. Isn't that been your experience?
Yeah, man. I mean, let me see. Out of Green Lantern, here we go. All right, everybody. We have another guest showing up. My man Warwolf. Met him yesterday. You know, cool dude. So everybody, let's get a chance to meet him. Here we go.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, Mike. You ranking or are you just chilling today, huh?
Warwolf, what's up, brother? Look, since you were coming on, my boy, 24/7's like my brother, and so look, I got dressed up for you, Mark. See that? See?
Nice.
You like that?
Wait. Is his name Mark too?
No. He's 24/7. But he goes by 24/7. You're Mark. I meant you. I'm dressing up because you're our special guest today.
Ah, well, there you go. Whatever works, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
So I asked 20. This is obviously 24/7's channel. He's one of the channels. He's
Yep. I swung by yesterday.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he was saying that he met you. He met you. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, those watching live and those that are going to catch this show later, we are here for a very special day and a most holy day. We are going to rebuke and save Warwolf from his ignorance that Hal Jordan is really the greatest Green Lantern ever.
Oh, I didn't say he was a bad Green Lantern. I'm just saying, because I started reading Green Lantern after Hal had basically become parallaxed and had been killed off.
Right.
And they had brought in Kyle Rayner. Now, I have not read as much of the older stuff, but I have read, enough to have a general idea of what's going on with the Lanterns. And for me, like, I was introduced to Kyle first, then I became aware of Hal, then I became aware of Alan Scott, and then, of course, we have the newer Lanterns, such as you got Jessica Cruz, you got Simon Biaz. I'm probably butchering that name, but what are you going to do? Of course, we had Guy Gardner, who was, I was introduced to him during the whole reign of the Superman. So.
Right.
Well, I was talking to 24/7 yesterday, and 24/7 told me that his favorite Green Lantern is
It's Alan Scott.
Well, I kind of got that impression because, I mean, he really played up the Alan Scott issue that he got the other day. You want to show him that issue there, dude, or because I'm pretty sure you still got it.
Actually, I got these jokers right here. It's like, yeah, I showed him the other day. Like, I have this one.
Oh, snap!
Yeah, this one is autographed by the creator of Green Lantern, Martin Nordell.
Oh, snap!
Yeah,
that was one of them. Yeah, I'm talking about the other one, the one that was signed in the. It was the one with that big 50th anniversary thing on the cover.
Yeah, like I said, he autographed this one too, right here.
Yeah,
in bold.
Yep.
So, he autographed this. Then there's this one.
Yep, that was the one he first showed up. So yeah.
Yeah, this is his autograph over the chest of Alan Scott.
Yep.
And then this is the certificate of authenticity.
So I got to ask you there, Fusion. So I got to ask you this: did you read any of Earth 2?
Actually, I read some of it. All
right, so you do know that they basically turned they really turned Alan Scott into almost the second coming of Superman, because his version of Green Lantern in the New 52 was very different from the way they had originally done it. I also thought it was an interesting twist. They basically melded parts of Obsidian, which is, of course, Alan's son, with Alan himself. I thought it was an interesting working.
Yeah, it's what they did was just starting last year. Even Lord Thoth was also mentioning that they ruined his origin now.
I wouldn't go that far because, again, remember, it's an alternate version of Earth 2 because the events of Flashpoint changed a lot of the histories.
Well, yeah. Well, what happened is the Just Side of America just came back into comic books after being out for almost a decade. So they just got back into comic books last year, which was actually the Green Lantern's 80th anniversary. So in their 80th anniversary comic, which is like this is their 50th, so their 80th anniversary ends up having where they retconned Alan Scott's origin so that he was still a member of the Just Side of America, wearing the red suit.
Right.
But he has more of a Earth 2
backstory,
which means that even while he was married and having kids and doing all the things, he was secretly a gay man right. So basically they took that Earth 2 concept, added it to the original Alan Scott, and now that's supposed to be what Alan Scott is from this point forward.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good thing. I mean, basically, what they should have done was left the version of Alan Scott that they basically introduced into Earth 1 post-crisis as he was, post-crisis.
Right.
And then just say the Earth 2 version from New 52 is a separate entity. That would have been my thought on it.
Right.
I mean, because I'm terrified that they're going to try to do the same thing with Jay Garrick, because that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. Well, they ended up combining both histories of both Alan Scotts from Earth 2 and the original.
Yeah.
And now and then they even, between that 80th anniversary of Green Lantern and the Infinite Frontier Zero that came out about 3 or 4 months ago.
I'll be honest, dude, like our comic shop went out of business about 2 years ago. I haven't had a chance to really keep up.
Well, in that story, come to find out that the way they're spinning it is that the Just Side of America knew all along, all the way from the 1940s, they knew that he was gay, but they kept it a secret. And the way they try to spin it is they kept it a secret. Even people that read their comics, followed their adventures and everything, it kind of makes me feel like the joke's on us for the simple fact
that seems really stupid, because it's like you would think, being the JSA and the DC heroes have always been very accepting of everybody from all walks of life. Why would they keep that a secret? It's like, okay, dude, if you're going to say this is what he is now, it's just like, yeah, okay. DC has always been very different in the way their world works, so I have no idea why they would have him, having hid the fact that he was gay all the time. It doesn't make sense, because if you're going to do that, just fucking lean into it.
Right. But it took for the 80th anniversary of Green Lantern for them to start with that story, and then from there they took it a bit further with Infinite Frontier Zero to kind of cap off. Basically, it's like a 2-part story. Like if you got to put the 80th anniversary of Green Lantern, that comic book, with Infinite Frontier Zero, you put them back to back. They're telling one complete story. They're explaining how it all started and boom, how it all ended up to be what it was. And it's the Infinite Frontier is basically the part 2 of Alan Scott's retelling of his origin with that new part put in there.
That seems really goddamn stupid.
Yeah, and it's looking in even Lord Thawson.
It's completely ridiculous.
Well, it's basically them trying to effectively retcon parts of Alan Scott in Earth Prime now that they're not really doing anything with Earth 2. Because as far as I know, they've stopped doing the stories of Earth 2 after Rebirth, right? The last thing I knew about was Rebirth, where they were altering the history of the DC universes again because so many people supposedly hated the New 52. I personally like the New 52, and I liked the idea, of Superman and Wonder Woman as a couple, because don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Lois and Clark being a couple, but if you're going to call it the New 52 and say it's a brand new timeline, it's a brand new version of the characters that we've seen, do something different, do something original, have it be Clark and Diana. I thought they were very well. All right, we lost.
What happened?
I don't know, but we lost Fusion.
Oh, so it's just you and me?
I guess.
Oh, you know what happens sometimes? This happened to me on a stream. Is sometimes, like Houston is a place where they have like storms and stuff like that. Sometimes the power will go out, or the internet stream will go out. But because we're already connected on StreamYards, the stream will keep going.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it happens. That's so funny.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go back to doing some of my own streams on my own channel, but I don't know.
You have a channel on YouTube?
I do actually. Yeah, I thought Tom would have given you guys my. All right, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can dig that up.
Just put it.
Or I could do that afterwards, because do you want me to do that now, or do you want me to do that afterwards?
Well, just whenever. Just throw it to me on Twitter, so that way.
Sure.
When we post the video, we can put it up in the comments when it's up on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
and hey,
absolutely.
if you do stuff, if you want to get your channel restarted, if you do any streams, I'd be happy to come on them with you as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I would love to have somebody on there with it, because mostly it's just been me just doing a live stream and just rambling, because I don't really have a good camera or anything. So I usually, if I do something camera wise, it's on my phone, and then I just load it up. But most of the time I do more
yeah, a lot of people talk about technology. So I mean, look, one of the things that Jeremy and Doomcock are real good buddies of mine, and one of the things they talk about is, hey, I got to be backup host for a minute.
Yeah, no.
But no, I was going to tell you, Warwolf, that one of the things that Jeremy from
because I'm not a tech head. All I know is I don't really have a great web camera. It's there's a reason.
It doesn't really
I'm not
matter,
showing
dude.
my face.
Doomcock and Jeremy built their channels with it literally off the phone.
Yeah, and I'm so bad off I can't even really do the thumbnails and everything. I kind of suck at that. So I just basically just microphone, StreamYards, just rant for a while.
Yeah. So anyways.
There he goes again.
There he goes again. I'm telling you, it's his internet. I'm telling you,
it's either that or it could be, the Wi-Fi on the end for his ISP.
Yeah, we were on a stream with Midnight's Edge, and we had six.
Oh, he's coming back.
600-800 people, and we had this problem. We kept losing people left and right.
Yeah.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back, man. I had to refresh.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I hope so, man. Hope so, man.
Don't forget if you've got a wireless router, if you have a wireless router at home, you gotta unplug that sucker. I mean, in most places, you gotta unplug it and reset it. Like
Ethernet cable, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, but you gotta reset that Wi-Fi at least once a month, if not twice a month.
Okay, all right. I haven't done that in a minute, so I definitely will do that shit. Damn.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Ooh.
well, let's take a step back and let's talk about the Green Lantern. Let's take a step back.
Which
let's
one?
Let's go back to Alan, and let's start with that. And so I am curious because I've never had this conversation with you, 24, which is that why is he your favorite Lantern? I mean, I'll talk about why Hal is mine, but let's talk about why is he your favorite Lantern?
You know, I just like the way he's old school about how he does things. You know, he has this him and the Just Society of America have definitely they definitely keep to their old school ideals of truth, justice, in the American way, like it used to be, man. And just to see that over time they've never broken that. They've always been about that, even with the new iterations, them adding the newer members as they got older. They still kept to the core of who they were. And that's not, and they haven't been corrupted. Like you've seen a lot of other groups go dark and a bunch of other shit happen. They've always tried to be,
they're trying to keep that feel of like, because again, most of these guys came out of the 1940s, with the exception of Power Girl, who was introduced like mid to late 50s, early 60s, as a counterpart to Supergirl, who'd already been introduced in what we now would consider Earth 1 continuity. Right. So she was arguably the youngest one there. Because remember, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman were part of the Earth 2 Justice Society. And then, of course, when we got the revamps, where we got Hal and Barry as the new Lantern and Flash, respectively,
right?
They just basically kept going with Clark, Bruce, and Diana, but they're basically going, now you're just looking at their Silver Age adventures, but they still existed as part of Earth 2, where they were continuing to age in, well, I don't know if real time is the word I'm looking for, but close enough. And then post-Crisis, they folded a lot of Earth 2 characters into Earth 1, and what they did was, at least with the Justice Society, they somehow trapped them in some form of suspended animation, because I think it's Wally who discovers Jay in Keystone City, which has somehow been hidden from the rest of the world for a long time. And they kind of said, okay, this is what happened after Crisis. Technically, Jay, Alan, and the rest of them are still around, but they've kind of been hidden from the world. And then they were brought into mainstream continuity. And this was like, I want to say like 15 years before Infinite Crisis. So this is like early 90s, early to mid 90s, something like that.
Because I don't know. I remember it being a little different than. I remember it a little differently. It's like they've always been around, basically from like Crisis on Infinite Earths. They ended up merging all the histories.
They merged some of them, because like there were 5 surviving Earths that were left after the Anti-Monitors rampage across the multiverse. And those 5 Earths were kind of folded into Earth 1. But they basically did 2 different relaunches for the JSA. One was the idea that somehow they'd been trapped in some kind of weird alternate pocket dimension where they'd basically been fighting like demonic forces for about a century or so. But then they did a full-on relaunch of them, and that was where they basically had Wally discover Jay and Keystone City, and they were somehow like some form of suspended animation or something. And that was how they brought Jay into the Flash continuity as part of the modern age. Now, I could be misremembering this, but that, I believe, was how they had originally done it. It was years ago, and like half my comic collection was stolen almost a decade ago. So,
yeah, I know.
I'm just trying to remember this off the top of my head. If anybody else like that, because like I'm just in the StreamYard thing, I'm not in like the regular YouTube chat. But if anybody here knows any different and has any information about it, put it in the chat. We can always read it. I mean, we can read that from here, right, Mike?
And actually, Lord Thoth. Lord Thoth would probably know. He's quite knowledgeable on some books. From what I recall, like they ended up merging all the Earths on planet on Crisis on Infinite Earths. But what happened was they ended up having this book called The Last Days of the Just Society of America. And,
I remember hearing about that. I've never read it though.
Yeah, actually, I have it. I own that, and I owned. What happened was, even before that, they had retired because there was this thing where it was like America versus the JSA. It's like a 4-part miniseries.
Yeah, the House Un-American Activities Commission. That was basically how they played that. I remember hearing about that. And they did something similar with Silver Age Superman, because since they were redoing parts of Superman's origin post-Crisis, they did a story called Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and they did something similar with Batman called Whatever Happened to the Caped Crusader. And then they just basically said this was the last Silver Age Superman story, this was the last Silver Age Batman story, and everything else is now everything post-Crisis.
Yeah. Lord Thoth makes a comment about she is. So what he's referring to is he and I were going back and forth about Wonder Woman versus Lois. Hey, I'm one of those who take Wonder Woman in a heartbeat because she's a total upgrade. I mean, look, without getting too vulgar, I mean, let's come on. If you're gonna have fun time, I want a woman that's gonna throw me across the room and I can throw her back. I mean, let's Mexican Iron Man. I may be wearing Marvel gear today, but I grew up a DC boy, and I'll tell you, I'm like, Lois, hold on. I can have that woman over there with the shield, and by the way, she comes with handcuffs. Wonder Woman does. Okay, because that's how she's coming to. Look at what she's bringing to the table. She got boots on. Right. She's already like pretty scantily clad, so I don't have to do much work there. She comes with the lasso of truth. Hey, Mexican Iron Man, okay. I would be in my Superman gear. Like, do you want to have me all to yourself? I'm using the truth lasso. Oh yeah, take me. I'm yours. I mean, are you kidding, Lois? With her suggestions, and some people say like they'll tell me my day life. Mike, you need to find someone who's like your partner and equal. I don't want to come home and talk tax returns with somebody. I want someone bring something different to the table. Trust me.
Right, which is kind of why I thought that Clark and Diana were an interesting couple in New 52, because again, Clark, you've got his time as Superman, but then you've got him as the reporter, and then you have Diana, who literally up until that point really she didn't even get a secret identity in New 52 until Clark gave her the idea.
Right.
Because that was literally something that they did during the Throne of Atlantis storyline, where literally he showed her, this is how I managed to blend in and not go completely nuts from being Superman all the time.
I mean, what's Lois going to bring to the table? You could have done better on that news article. No, bring your rope and tie me up and, tie me.
Or like for me, it's like, okay, bring the rope and let me tie her up.
Hey, there you go. Oh, hello. No,
I honestly think Diana would be
confident. Doing our monetization.
I think she would be confident enough in herself that she could play the submissive role in the relationship.
Dude, are you kidding? Screw that. If I were Superman, I'd be tired of being, Anyway, we're getting off topic. All right, so you like Alan.
What topic? At this point, we're just having fun.
Lanterns. Go back to Green Lanterns. Let's go back to Green Lanterns. So I only got like another 30, 40 minutes. So anyway, so let's go back to Green Lanterns. So that makes sense why you like Alan Scott, because you're very much 24. I mean, I know you're in a personal world, so that's why I understand why the whole truth, justice, American way, and all that, it makes sense. But let me tell you, let me tell you why I Pat has to say what? No love for Guy Gardner. No, not comparatively speaking. I'd have a hard time going. I mean, let's play that versus game, right? I mean, there's a debate to be had, and I want to hear from Werewolf in a minute. But let me tell you, so what I like about Hal's this: he's an everyday Joe. He's an everyday man, and this ring pops up, and then we know.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit on that, because he was Air Force before he was working for Ferris Air. So he was never exactly an everyday Joe. He already had a lot of training.
But even as an Air Force pilot, it's not like he was a perfect man. Dude, Tom Cruise, Maverick.
Well, no, they were never looking for anybody who was perfect.
Right, but I'm just saying, like Maverick has the bit. Well, he's a Navy guy. He's not Air Force. But the point is, like, Maverick is probably a better pilot story than Hal was. So okay, But yeah, okay, you're right. Being a pilot in any place doesn't make you unique. But you know what?
It doesn't make you average either.
It doesn't make you average. Doesn't make you, you're right. Doesn't make you average. But still, I mean, to me, he's there. Then by hook, by crook, it happens. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I've always had this nuance. It's like, okay, the ring picked him, but it makes sense because he learns to be fearless and all of that stuff. And I just, and maybe we're all a product of the time, sort of, usually, and of
course, the irony is that Guy was literally the ring's second choice.
Guy Gardner's like, okay, Guy Gardner's like your backup side chick in life. I mean, the ring's like looking around, looking around. Well,
No, seriously, like if it hadn't found Hal, it would have gone to Guy. It literally was revealed that the ring almost picked Guy. It was only by sheer dumb luck that Hal came within its sensor range.
But that's what I love about it. That's the whole that right there is what I was saying in my second point about my second point as to why I like him, because he's just he's the right enough guy at the right time. I mean, he's not super uber special where the ring's like, oh yeah, this is the guy we want, and he's right. Like Mary,
he wasn't a Mary Sue by any stretch of the imagination.
Exactly.
It's just that of the two of them, the ring decided, okay, this guy seems like he'd be a little bit better of a choice. And he was also, I believe, the other factor was that he was also closer at the time.
Exactly.
So it was able to get him to Abin Sur.
Exactly. That's my point.
Basically, he did kind of stumble into it. I'll give him that.
Yeah, you'll give him that. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Wait till we can talk about outfits in a second and your boy Kyle, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. So.
Oh, you don't want to go dissing my boy, man.
Oh, we're gonna go there today.
I'm a writer and I'm an anime fan, and Kyle's an anime dude.
Oh, shots are gonna get fired.
You don't diss the anime man.
Hold on. You hear that?
Yeah, I saw that. I read it.
I got sound effects now. Hold on.
Ah.
That was for Kyle. Anyways, let me go back. So, where was I? I got sidetracked. Anyway, so the point. Let me go back. Let me finish. And then so you said the right guy at the right time, and I don't know. I kind of hesitate saying this. So guess which storyline 24? Who did he team up with that you think I really liked and that was my favorite DC series of all time?
You talking about Kyle Rayner?
Guess.
You mean like he teamed up with somebody from another comic book company?
No. Well, within the DC universe, Green Lantern and fill in the blank.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow, baby. The Green Lantern, Green Arrow. I religiously is overall. Well, except for Batman 1 through 50 Detective Comics, is overall my favorite run of any comic book storyline period ever, no matter what.
Well, that was like what in the late 70s to early 80s. So.
Well, and I discovered it late. I discovered when I was a little. I was too little to but that's what I got into collecting. And once I stumbled across it, boy, did I love those stories. Now, some people will argue that sometimes that combo doesn't make sense, right? It's a guy that shoots arrows and a guy that has the power of the ring, right? But I don't know. I always found them pretty entertaining. I always found it and maybe it's because me and my buddy Eddie, who was who was my best friend in the apartment complex that I was a little kid, in and stuff. When, and this, I'm reading this. I mean, I'm a little, I stumbled across this, and so I'm buying these like maybe when I'm like say 11, 12, 13, maybe ish type of thing, And we
got Pat S in the chat going fight. I'm like,
yeah.
What do you think we're doing?
Yeah. That's what Pat is. That's what we're doing. And so I don't know, man. I tell you this much though. I the whole pattern of like destroying a character you love and to make way for something new. Look, the whole Parallax storyline, I'm just like, oh God, and I stuck with it.
Well, I think in that one, because they were getting ready to introduce Kyle, and they didn't want Hal to basically just be sitting around on the sideline, so they wanted to send him off with a decent send-off. So the idea was he gets infected by Parallax. He thinks that he basically was being possessed and didn't realize it. But even then, at the end, he still went out as a hero because he was able to reignite the sun.
Right.
So like it's like basically at the very end there, I'll give you this because it's like that's a good way to send them out. It's like even at his absolute lowest point where he's possessed by an entity he doesn't even realize is there, like he still goes out a hero. I'll give him that. But I mean, if he's your favorite Lantern, that's perfectly fine. Nobody's gonna judge you for that because he's been the longest tenured Lantern. There's no question of that. I won't argue that at all. Does that necessarily make him the best? I mean, if that were the case, then there would be a lot of people who would have an argument for Sinestro, even though he ended up going evil, because he was the second longest tenured Lantern of the modern era before Hal was brought in, and before that was Abin Sur. And of course, we didn't see any of those adventures because this they're introducing us to Abin Sur. He's literally just been taken down as the result of Atrocitus and all that. But again, at the time, Abin Sur was one of the longest tenured Lanterns, and then after that was Sinestro, who was considered so great that they basically treated him almost as if he was like the end-all be-all, because they didn't realize what he was doing to Korugar.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah. I look. I just think for such a long-running character with so many story arcs, I don't know, man. That was a hard
Well, if you're
journey.
gonna go about that, I mean, you got the same issue with Kyle because he's had a lot of story arcs. He's had a lot of great adventures. You know.
So is my 9-year-old.
What?
Yes, I went there. Hold on, shots fired again.
Wait. What?
Yes. Thank you, all the fans of Hal. The fans of Hal Jordan are in my corner. They support. Who's the best Green Lantern?
So
Hal
far
Jordan.
we've gotten. Let's see. We have one comment saying, "Let's not forget Tomar Ray," and then somebody else has mentioned Kilowog.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
well, hold on. Okay, whoa. If we're gonna go there, then okay, maybe, probably. I mean,
No,
Yeah.
I mean, again, if Hal is your favorite, then he's your favorite. Just like how Fusion's favorite is Alan. I don't particularly necessarily think I have a favorite because I kind of like the majority of them. If I had to say I had a favorite out of, let's say, Alan, Hal, Kyle, Guy, and John, I would lean towards Kyle simply because he was the first Lantern I was fully introduced to, and I can somewhat relate to him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I think he's the best. Honestly, whoever, is your favorite, you're automatically going to think is the best because, again, that's your favorite.
Right.
Objectively speaking, it would be very hard to determine who would be the greatest Green Lantern simply because there are so many out there. We've only been exposed to a few of them in terms of the ones from Earth because, again, we're primarily dealing with characters from Earth.
Well, I
You know,
probably would have to say that Hal Jordan probably been part of the most adventures.
well, again, he's the
that
longest tenured, definitely.
Right.
because, again,
That way that we've seen, and then I think second would have to be Alan Scott, man. As far as people actually reading the comic books and seeing his adventures, but it doesn't. It's like you can see more of it than probably the rest of them, and that would probably shape up how somebody would judge who would be the best. As far as it's always judged by what you see.
that's always going to be a subjective thing, though, bro. Because again, I mean, I was first introduced to the Lanterns primarily through the cartoon, through the old Child into the Super Friends thing. But the first one that I ever really read anything about, I read one issue of Hal where he was fighting the shark, and he had somehow been like his mind had been stolen by the shark. The whole weird thing there. But then after that, the next Lantern story that I got a chance to see, in fact, the next couple of Lantern stories that I ended up seeing.
Bro. How can you? Okay, hold on. You're missing the biggest point here, which is that Kyle was basically the Green Lantern Mary Sue, bro. I mean, the whole.
I wouldn't go that far.
Bro,
because
the
honestly,
Oblivion
no, 'cause
line,
here's the thing.
When he absorbs the power of the sun and shit like that, and he's like, wasn't there a couple of them where he was like changing time and space and shit like that?
No. At least not that I heard, because remember I didn't.
Yeah,
read
that was
everything.
24. We go to the referee, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that was Hal Jordan, man.
That was Hal when he was
No,
infected by
that was
Parallax
when
anyway.
Hal. That was when Hal sacrificed his life.
Yeah, he was. He was the one that.
After this, I'm talking about after that. Like Kyle was like he was portrayed like he was like a fucking like god or some shit, dude. I mean,
Yeah, he was. I think that was when he was the White Lantern.
Yeah, basically that
like,
happened
hello,
recently.
I'm Kyle. I'm in my white outfit.
Well, because here's
It's lantern time.
No. Because I'm basically what I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna fight you on that one, because the first White Lantern was Hal. All right, because Sinestro tried to gain the power of the White Lantern, it rejected him, it accepted Hal. Kyle ended up having to learn how to master the other, like fucking 6 parts of the emotional spectrum to be able to even get the White Lantern. So whereas literally Hal was given it during the Blackest Night event because it was an absolute emergency and it just accepted him outright, Kyle had to earn it. It was literally something he had to earn over the course of a story arc.
Earn?
Again, he had to learn how to master the other 6 parts of the emotional spectrum to be able to master the White Lantern powers.
You know, you're distracting me. Let's go back to the white suit and hi, I'm Kyle. Hello.
That's just a deflection, and you know it, Mike.
Bro, when I saw him
Dude,
in
the
that
suit is corny.
I'm
I'll
like,
give
when
you
I
that,
saw
but
that,
Hal
I'm like,
wore it
I
too.
am out. I'm like,
Dude,
I mean,
again,
don't get me
Hal
wrong.
was
Hold
the
on,
first
wait.
one.
Hold on, wait. Let me just say this. The biggest reason I'm a fan of is, listen, I have no problem with the whole spectrum. 24, you know this from going back from our time with, you know, being fans of EVS. To this day, I thank EVS for the entire spectrum that he created. I think it was the greatest thing to happen ever. However, that being said, I still think that we need to. I think we need to remember that Kyle most during Pride Month. That's when we need to remember Kyle. That's when we need to remember.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Kyle's
I'm
not
just making
gay.
shit up right now, Warwolf. I'm making shit
I
up.
kind of figured.
I'm making
it's
shit up.
Because it's like you don't really have an argument other than you don't
He's
like the suit.
overpowered, bro.
Dude, every White Lantern who's held the goddamn power is overpowered. Spock was overpowered when he had it. Yes, I said Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I mean, Kyle's suit is a little weird. I'll give it that. But again, you got to remember his suit was styled the way it was because it came out of his imagination. Because remember, he's an artist by trade. Whereas if you look at Hal, he was primarily, up until he was infected by Parallax, wore just a standard Green Lantern suit. I mean, hell, Kyle's ring was even a different ring.
That's true.
And that was because Hal literally had murdered the entirety of the Green Lantern Corps.
Well,
Hal,
I'm not. Hey, I'm not.
And now, granted, again, this is when he was infected with Parallax. I'm not saying he did this of his own free will. But the thing is, what you got to remember,
Right,
Kyle was in many ways following in Hal's footsteps. He was literally right place, right time. Ganthet literally was looking for somebody who would have been worthy of the ring because he was the last Guardian left. And they only had the one ring, which was a prototype. It was the first ring that didn't need to be recharged. And even then, he lost that over the years. Eventually, he had to go back to a normal ring that would have to be recharged.
Zax is right. That White Lantern sounds privileged. You know what?
Well, because he's since lost.
If Kyle were here today, he'd probably be running Disney. That's what he'd be doing right now.
Well, no, because first off, there is no such thing as white privilege. Get that out of your head.
I know. I'm making that up. I'm just kidding.
I know. But no, again, here's the thing for me. I don't necessarily know who I would call the greatest Green Lantern out of the ones that I've read. Okay. Do I dislike any of them? No. Honestly, the only one that I have a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out is Simon Biaz because I don't really understand much about how they came up with him. I love Jessica Cruz because I thought she was really interesting. She started out literally having been possessed by an evil lantern ring from Earth 3. She managed to keep that under control. And I loved the fact that she did that. And I liked the way they made her a Green Lantern ultimately. I mean, and that's one of EVS's creations. And it's like, I love how people go, oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. Like, you do realize he created the first female Hispanic Green Lantern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You know, it's funny you mentioned that lantern because I didn't have any appreciation for the character arc until 24/7 turned me on to. We 24 and I had a conversation.
Wait, are we talking Jessica or are we talking Simon?
I'm talking about Jessica. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. But 24 told me, and I had a conversation just off the cuff one day. We were talking about YouTube, and then we got off talking comics. This is about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, about a year.
And he talked about. He's like, and he told me flat. He's like, Mike, you're missing the boat on Jessica. I'm like, what? And he says, yeah, man. And he started getting into it a little bit. And just so happens, my cousin had some of those books, and I was at his house. Not last Christmas.
I'm assuming you got a chance to flip through them and read them there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. So I'm down with you with that. You know what's funny? That who's the one lantern that none of us have mentioned yet in the last 35 minutes we've been talking?
Guy.
And John. We mentioned him. John Stewart.
Well, that's because John kind of made his name in the DCAU more than he did the comics. Now he was in the comics. He was like the third Lantern after Hal. This is like before Kyle and before Parallax. So he was you had basically at that point you had Hal, you had Guy, who had briefly been expelled from the Corps and basically ended up grabbing one of Sinestro's rings and became Warrior. And then you had John Stewart.
I got all those.
John was perfectly serviceable as a Lantern. The thing was, I don't think they really knew what to do with him for the longest time. But then we get the DCAU, because here's the thing. We went from Kyle in the DCAU to John Stewart. And I'll be honest, I had only seen John in one issue up till that point. Right. Because again, like my exposure to Lantern was very piecemeal, I guess it would be the word I'm looking for here, until like, the late 90s to early 2000s when they started popping up more in like the DCAU. And then of course you had like the comics, they were popping up more in like the Justice League stuff. So I didn't know that much about John. And when he first popped up, I'm like, wait, who the hell is this again? It took me a while to remember. It's like, oh, I remember this guy. He was in that issue of Emerald Dawn. And it's like, okay, so at least I know who he was. Yeah. And at first I was like, I didn't hate him and I didn't like him. I was just, okay, he's just there. But he grew on me because I loved his story with Hawkgirl. But part of me still was like, okay, I still want to see Kyle come back. And I'd love to see them finally do Hal in the DCAU, which we got that one thing in the Once and Future Thing, parts 1 and 2, where we got that one moment where John gets swapped out for Hal, which I just kind of started laughing.
Know what? Unless you're a hardcore fan of all of this Lantern stuff, the fact that here's what I think. This has been my experience, especially with anybody who's younger than me. Okay.
Well, how old are you anyway, Mike?
I'm older than Cinco de Mayo, bro. I mean, like 50s.
That doesn't tell me anything, bro.
So I'm, I was there before the internet for sure, and
so was I. But that's not something like, dude. Just tell me how goddamn old you are.
And then almost the day after, sometime after Fire was created, before Cinco de Mayo and before the internet. That's when I was born.
Mike, you ain't got to be John. Why the hell I got John Stewart in the brain here because you were freaking brilliant. But no, seriously, dude, you don't have to be ashamed of telling me how old you are.
No. But listen, I'm just saying that people that are younger, I've noticed that because of the animated series that were out, is that there's a huge John Stewart fandom.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because again, John made his name in the DCAU because that's where most people know him from. I'm a kid of the 80s myself. I was born in 80. I'm freaking 41 now. I've lived through like the majority of the really great IPs, and I have had exposure to John, like I said, in the comics, but he didn't really rise to prominence in my view until the DCAU because, like I said, I got that one issue of Emerald Dawn where it's like it's like the one with him on the cover basically going, I quit. It's like okay, what? But I mean, either way, I look at that and it's like, okay,
so
whatever.
Let me ask you a question. So then you were watching then John Stewart as a Green Lantern then on those. Did you see those shows at the time?
Yes, I did see them when they were originally airing. Yeah.
Okay, but yet what ended up happening is that as you're reading the comics, Kyle spoke out to you more in terms of as a fan, right?
Right, because Kyle was the one I was first introduced to because I was introduced to just after Parallax. I had seen some of the earlier issues before that, but I had no real connection to the Lantern.
See, I was having this conversation with 24 before you got here, where he and I were talking some issues in general, and one of the points that I made and that he agreed with, and he took it a step further, is that when you're reading, say, a digital comic, right? Yeah. And I back a ton of indie. 24 knows this. I'm a huge backer of independent comics, and I came into this fandom. Not people think I came in on Star Wars, Star Trek, or the entertainment tip because I do Midnight Edge at Echo Base Network and Doomcocker close. That's not how I came in here. I came in here through comics, and then Comicsgate happened. I came in as a comic.
Yeah, I remember hearing about Comicsgate, and I'm like, what the hell, man? It's like, dude, the fans are telling you we don't like this woke bullshit, and they're like, oh, you just hate women, or oh, you just hate people. Like, dude, I'm fucking mixed race.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I am literally the lightest person in my family. Hand to God, like my dad's side of the family is all Jewish by various parts of like the Middle East and fucking like parts of Europe. All right, I'm fourth generation at the very least, Polish, Israeli, American by way of my great grandfather on my father's side. My grandfather was practically bronze. My father is ash gray, and I'm like fucking like I'm like olive tone.
Oh, you got that Sephardic look going.
I am weird. It's like, no, I would quote unquote pass for white, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah. And then my mother is like, she's got ancestry from fucking Greece, from Italy, so she's got Mediterranean heritage. She's got some German, Irish, and British in her. So I'm from all over the place. I am mixed race straight out, you know?
Yeah, you are. Look, see them between the three of us, we bring all kinds of diversity inclusion. Anyway, so the point I was going to make earlier, which is that when you see stuff, I believe that when you see stuff on TV or when you see stuff digitally, like a comic book on an iPad or an iPhone, it has a very different way of fusing into your skull than when you're reading the book and you're touching it and you're experiencing it from that sort of perspective.
You know, for me, I always preferred the physical feel of a tactile.
And I think that's why,
book.
you know, in this
I grew up with the books.
Right, and here you are, you saw, and I think a lot of the people, I ask a lot of people who are Jon Stewart fans, I ask them flat out, how much of the Green Lantern comics did you read? They're like, oh, I didn't, I watched the series more. And I'm like, well, no wonder that Jon Stewart's your guy, because that's all you had exposure and access to, because they're not big comics book readers. Lord Thoth mentions that, hey, we have that in common, Mike. I came to YouTube because of comics. I know, hey, brother, Lord Thoth, is that people think I came in Star Wars. No, I came in for the comics. It's still right now.
I was a child of the 80s, comics.
Yeah.
You know, cartoons, video games, movies. I was into all of it because I lived mostly on my own. You know, even when I was living with my mom, I was mostly on my own. Even when I was living with my dad, we had a couple of people up on the friggin' place where I was living, because I was literally living on a mountain that was in between two other mountains, on a valley between a mountain. So it's like, yeah, it was a thing. And I'm originally from Brooklyn, all right? I'm a fucking New York City boy.
Yeah, I can tell by your accent.
Really? Because I honestly, it's like I was only there for like
maybe not your accent, but how fast you talk. I lived in New York for 4 years myself, 4.5 years.
Oh,
and
nice.
I used to talk a lot slower, but
yeah, I'm from there too.
If I'm talking too fast or too loud, let me know, because again, I got a partial hearing loss in both ears. I don't know how loud I'm talking.
No, we're good. This is good.
Yeah,
I feel bad because we're talking in Port 24/7. It's his show and he hasn't. Sorry,
bro.
No,
you're good.
If he's got any problem with it, obviously he's gonna let us know.
Yeah, we're just getting into it.
Hey, if I can ask there, because I just call you Fusion because 24/7 just sounds weird.
No, actually, call me 24/7. That's my name.
If that's what you're happy with, 24 it is. All right. So yeah,
24. Yeah.
Because we got Mike is Mexican. I'm basically a mutt. What are you?
Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I noticed that you did have the darker skin tone, but I didn't want to make any assumptions, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna get me my next Puerto Rican ex-girlfriend and ex-wife. But then he said, "How did the 24 is so smart?" He said to me, "How did the last one work out?" Well, she kind of jacked up my credit score, but you know, we don't always eat the foods that are best for us, and we don't always date the women that are best for us. You know what I mean? Mexican.
Yeah, actually, the guys over at Midnight said, "What is it?" Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. When we were doing that member stream the other day, he suggested I look into Jeff and World Class Bullshitters about my book because they're big wrestling fans. So I went to go look up their email, and it's like something or other at mail, and it's like I know of at Gmail, but it's like, is at mail an actual like domain?
Yeah.
Oh wow, because I never heard of that before. So I was like, wait, did they misput that?
I got a couple clients that still have AOL, and I have a couple clients that still have AOL and Yahoo addresses. Anyway, so we got Jon Stewart. You know what we can all get on the same page with Guy Gardner.
Yeah,
Guy is okay. I mean, he's not great, but he's not horrible. I think he's just one of those guys. He's serviceable as a Lantern, but for the most part, he didn't really become interesting until he joined the Red Lanterns. Also, we got Lord Thoth going, I'm a Canadian ginger. I'm an endangered species, let alone a minority, especially in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they seem to be transforming every redhead in Hollywood into a black person for some reason, and I don't get that. I don't understand why they're doing that at all.
Yeah, that's it's man, it's terrible. It's
I
very
got
bad.
brown hair with like natural auburn like tinge to it.
Right.
So it's like I'm not really a redhead, but I can sort of feel your pain there, Lord Thoth.
So 24. Let me ask you a question. What do you think is the future for the Green Lantern character these days and all that stuff?
Actually, what's happening is HBO Max. They're doing that Green Lantern series. Basically,
oh wow! They actually did finally confirm it because I'd heard rumors about that.
So the thing is all the people, director, script writer, everybody involved in the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie got bought back to do the actual HBO Max series.
You know, I hate to say this because I know I'm going to get heat for this, but I liked that movie. I like the turning Parallax into a cloud a la Galactus is pretty stupid. Right. But I mean, they had Hector Hammond. I forget what his villain name is, but I like that they brought him in and they basically set him up as having gotten his powers from Parallax. Is a little weird, but whatever. But I liked Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern. I liked him as Hal Jordan. He was a little bit goofy. He wasn't full on Deadpool, obviously, but I thought he did well in the role, and I'd love to see him back. I just hope they give him better scripts to work with this time.
Yeah, it's they already started casting people for the roles. Basically, you ever seen that new Mortal Kombat movie came out about?
Yeah, I saw that because I had the I grabbed a subscription for like a month just because they were bringing out Godzilla versus Kong, and they hadn't quite lifted the lockdown restrictions. I was still recovering from having been infected with the goddamn virus myself, and they were sold out over at the theater. So it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna grab, the thing for a month, and I watched Godzilla versus Kong, and then literally like about 2 weeks later we got Mortal Kombat. So it's like, yeah, what the hell, why not?
With the black guy from
the guy who played Jax.
For some, he picked up a part in that new Green Lantern show. So we don't know.
Playing Jon Stewart.
So either that or Kilowog.
I could see him as John. I like Kilowog. Still, like, yes, he's basically the drill sergeant for
or
he can still be fun when he wants to. The guy who was playing Jax, I can't buy him joking around with somebody like the Flash.
Well, I mean,
if you look at like some of the stuff, like even in the comics, they've kind of started leaning into this. He formed this weird friendship with Wally. It started in the DCAU, and then in the comics, he has this occasional friendship with Wally when they meet up. It's very rare to have any Lantern other than Hal, Guy, or Kyle at this point, along with John, pop up on Earth, but every so often Kilowog does, and he seems to have no problems at all with Wally, and they get along.
Right.
So go figure.
Yeah, it's but just the fact that he's a big guy, you don't know if he's because he was a big guy when you saw him playing Jax. So I kind of thought about, I was like, they could probably be bringing him in for Jon Stewart, but at the same time, it's like, what else could he be doing there if it's not Jon Stewart?
Right. Again, I mean, I could see him doing Kilowog if they were just going to go completely straight lace with him. The problem is Kilowog does have those moments, even in the comics, where he can be, a little bit lighter and funnier. And I don't know that the guy playing Jax could do that yet because I haven't seen him anything other than Mortal Kombat. So I don't know what kind of range he has.
Yeah, it's like Kilowog has more of a personality like thing from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I would agree that he's very much along the lines of Ben Grimm. He's serious when it gets down to it, but every now and then when he gets that lighter moment, he'll play into it because he's got a sense of humor.
Right. So I mean, but I figured he'd probably be one of the two, or if not, just some villain, because he's a big guy. They're going to be showing. I wouldn't be surprised.
They could potentially cast him as Sinestro. Yeah, I could see that. He like the guy who was playing Jax. If they wanted him as Sinestro, I could see him doing it.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I know they got Guy Gardner. Mustache. Yeah, they got Guy Gardner already.
Really? Who'd they cast?
I forgot. I mean, you can probably look on your phone.
I'll look him up later. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll come up later.
And then they already cast Alan Scott.
No shit.
Yeah, he's going to be in it, and they're going to make him a part of the Green Lantern Corps. Well, I don't understand how that's even going to take place.
He was made an honorary member.
Yeah, he was made an honorary member, but it looks like they're not going for the honor. They're trying to put him in there like if he's actual full-fledged, like he's been there. Was what it's looking like.
Okay, that's interesting because that I got to admit sounds a little odd because again, anybody who has even like read the brief synopses of his origins or even read it off of like online or like Wikipedia or anything, they know that it was literally like this meteorite that said, I will flame 3 times, 1 for life, 1 for death, and the 3rd time for power. Alan was the one who got the power. And of course that's, because it was a piece of the Star Heart that was forged into the Lantern. And that's where we get, well, there you go, Thought. Thank you very much. It's been a while. Okay. Sue me. She was talking about, the whole thing with Hector Hammond, because I thought he had like a villain name. I thought I didn't realize he was just going by his regular name. Anyway, so yeah, Alan was never officially a member of the Lantern Corps as a direct member. He was considered an honorary member after he was rediscovered post-crisis. But having him be, because that's a problem, because then you've got to figure out how he plays into the entire storyline. Does that mean he was the one that the ring that Abin Sur had chose? If so, how does that affect Hal? How does that affect Guy, John, and Kyle?
Well, the thing is, he's coming in with his representation.
Oh, no. Are they re-swapping him? Or are they...
No.
Or they
No, the with his Earth 2
oh, so they're gonna make him gay.
There
okay.
you go.
Like which I find that like really annoying. It's like the problem is every time they change a major character, you know, in some way, it's like, well, you can never go back to what it was, otherwise people are gonna cancel. Like, fuck them. All right? It's like, I'm sorry. Because it's like, let Alan be the original Alan Scott. Bring in his son Obsidian. He got his powers because his father's exposure to the Starheart energy is what gave Obsidian his powers. Obsidian is straight up gay in the original DC Comics, you know, iteration of him. And bring him in, and then of course you have what is it? Is it
Jade?
Jade. I can't remember. If
and they're twins.
Yes, I forget what their real names are. But yeah,
and you know, and you know, he ends up getting that that black power or whatever he has, and then Jade ends up having with the green skin.
Yeah, something similar to the Green Lantern powers. Right. Yeah, and it's like, dude, just do that. It's like you don't have to keep changing these characters around because we want to appeal to the kids, so this way they think it looks like them. It's like, yeah, dude, like this is what drives me nuts. All right, it's like, okay, if you want a gay character. All right, make a new gay character. If you want a black character, make a new black character. Right. If you want a fucking Latino character, make a new Latino character. They did it with Jessica Cruz. I mean, seriously, I swear to God, she is literally one of the most interesting fucking new characters made in the last 10 years in DC because she's a Green Lantern, but she's not there to replace anybody. All right, she's a fucking minority. All right, she's Latino. And she's literally a character who had to grow beyond the issues that she was dealing with when she was first introduced. She was an agoraphobic, for fuck's sake, because of the fact that she got attacked by somebody in like a park or something. I forget exactly what it was. There was a park where they were hiking or whatever the hell it was. They ran across some kind of a crime that happened. She got terrified of going outdoors for the longest time. She was basically possessed by the ring of Volthoom, and then somehow that ring got turned into a straight-up Green Lantern ring. I forget exactly how that happened, but I remember like going, dude, it's about fucking time because she straight up deserves to be a legit Green Lantern. And it's like, dude, and they did the same thing with Simon Diaz. It's literally like he was a new character. Right. I don't entirely understand the backstory behind him, but he's still a new character. And I like the idea that we have two fucking characters in the damn Green Lantern Corps from Earth, you know, and they're not race swapped, they're not gender swapped, they're not sexuality swapped. You literally had two new. I don't even know what their sexuality is, quite honestly. But I also love the fact that when these two first met, it wasn't like, oh, you're a person of color, so am I. We're going to be best friends. No, they couldn't stand each other at first.
Right. Yeah, they're both in the show also.
Wow,
so you have
Jessica and something nice.
Yeah, you have both of them. You have, you know, so they have their representation. Then you have Alan Scott with what he's coming with. Right. Then they're gonna have something with Sinestro. So I don't know if he's gonna be if it's gonna be a time where he was actually a Green Lantern, or they're gonna show something to him when he got the yellow ring and turn bad. So
how's the one who exposed him?
And then
how's the one who exposed what he was doing on Korrigar?
I mean,
remember, Sinestro took his. Basically, what happened was when he was brought into the Green Lantern Corps, Hal basically needed a partner, somebody to teach him the ropes, because Kilowog, after the basic training, he needed somebody.
Yeah, that was from Emerald Dawn.
Show what that might have been Emerald Dawn. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
But either way,
it was Emerald Dawn.
Either way, so Sinestro shows Hal how he's basically subjugated Korrigar and said, this is why there's no crime or anything on my world. And Hal is just utterly horrified. He's like, holy shit, dude, you're a goddamn Nazi. I mean, literally, that's ultimately what ended up happening is that on Korrigar, for the longest time, the insignia of the Green Lantern had the same connotations that the swastika does in the West.
Hmm.
So,
Wow.
yeah. And Clobbering Times just popped up and saying they already retconned the gold. Yeah, we covered that, actually. We covered that.
Clobby, is Clobby available to come in here? Clobby, who's Clobby's favorite Green Lantern? Do you know?
Yeah, you can if you want to send him a link.
Send him the link. Yeah, send him the link. Bring him on in.
Clobby, we're having a Green Lantern shootout right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Wait,
probably.
Pat S, can you do it? Can Pat S handle it?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah, he can. I mean, because I'm only going.
Can you send Clobby the link? See if Clobby has 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, because I'll be on for about another 15 and 20, and I'm done. That way everybody can do their thing and catch FNT and enjoy.
Oh, so you only go for about an hour and a half on Fridays?
No, I normally go for about 2 hours, man. It's already been 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, God, yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, that's well, right. I came in like after you guys had already started, so
yeah, and so basically, I start up around 2:30, 2:45.
Man, we overtook your show. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Nah. It's an honor and pleasure to have you guys here, man. So.
They already retconned the Golden Age. Alan Scott.
Yeah, we covered this. This is the thing we talked about earlier about how they decided to bring in elements of Earth 2 Alan Scott and retcon parts of Golden
Clobby,
Age.
Hal Jordan, no contest. Yes, they.
Yeah.
All right, again, so either way, like I said, everybody's going to have their own favorite Green Lantern. Everybody's going to have their own best Green Lantern. So again, Mike, I don't think you're ever going to convince me that Hal is the best. I'm going to have to come to my own conclusions on that. But again, I'm not going to say that you have, a bad opinion for liking Hal, because again, Hal is your boy. He's the guy that you were introduced to. He was the guy that most spoke to you, just like with 24. Alan was the one that most spoke to him. To me, nobody necessarily speaks to me more one way or the other out of the 7 or 8 Lanterns we've had, at least, that have been like main characters in the book. I like them all. I don't really know who I would think is the best is yet. I do happen to say that Kyle was the one that most spoke to me at first, because he was the first one I was introduced to in terms of the comics. Prior to that, I'd only ever seen Hal in 1 or 2 issues, and then of course Challenge of the Super Friends. But then we get stuff.
I got those. But I own those. Challenge of the Super Friends, Superpowers. I own all
the
those.
Superpowers, the Galactic Superpowers, where they were fighting Darkseid and everything. And Clobbering Time.
I got those.
Clobbering Time. I believe you have a channel as well, because your buddy Raquel was on one of the member streams. No, not one of the member streams. It was one of the regular streams. But I do remember liking her cosplay of the Andorian, and I'm a writer myself, so yeah. Like I said, there's a reason why I prefer the tactile feel of a real book, and it's just I love the tactile feel of a real book. But as an author myself, I would rather see somebody have my book on a shelf, because I've got one book out in 2006, very short print run. I'm trying to get that put back into production, but the other one I'm working on now is the one that I just did this big interview with Tom with over on Midnight's Edge. I'm waiting for him to put that up, because it's a big start there. And again, they did suggest talking to World Class Bullshitters, which now that I know that @mail.com is a genuine email domain, I'm actually gonna do that, because that was something that was suggested to me.
And then Clobby has Clobby, who is absolutely the most black belt of comics upon comics on the internet, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk to him too. I mean, if he's willing to have me on the show sometime, because again, just having a bunch of comic book fans just geeking out over comics, I would love to do it. Me, him, Raquel, whoever else is going to be on the show for that, if they're willing to have me on, I mean, absolutely, I'd love to.
Well, Clobby's dropping some wisdom. He has the comment: Hal Jordan is the greatest Green Lantern in the universe, just as the rest of the GL Corps. Oh, and Kyle sucks.
I got the feeling you're a little bit biased there, Clobby. I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Yeah, he said he couldn't. Clobbering Time said that he's on the road, so he
No, I know he's on the road. That's why he wasn't able to swing by in for the thing here.
Well, we'll let you. We're gonna pop out. Me and Warwolf will pop out now and let you finish your show, so you can say bye to everybody for the next 10-15 minutes that you got.
All right, yeah.
Thanks for having us, buddy.
Oh man, it was great having y'all, man, and I appreciate it. Hey, we need to do it again, man. And Warwolf, I mean, Mike, he already knows he's shit, man. He's
You know what I'd like to do? Let me talk to Warwolf offline, and then what we'll do is we'll come back at you maybe with another DC comic book universe.
Oh,
thing
I
to
would
talk
love to
about.
do that, man.
oh
I mean,
yeah,
like,
man.
hanging out with you guys, it
You
was
guys
fun.
are welcome. Yeah, I would love to, man.
We'll
Yeah,
do
and
another
at some point, I'm
versus
gonna get
Warwolf.
around to-
I'll hit you up after right now after we sign off on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, hit me
I'll
up on
send you how
Twitter.
to find me. I'll send
Yeah.
you my cell or my Discord, and you hit me up
Yeah.
however you want.
Dude, if you got Discord, that's great because I'd love to be able to talk to you on Discord because you got the voice chat option right there.
Yeah.
So, and like, at some point, I'd love to have you on my channel at some point, U224. I mean, we'll have to figure out how we would get that done. Worst comes to worst, I just give my information over to Mike. He gets it over to you. We go from there. And, once we're ready to go, we go for StreamYards.
Yeah,
me and
yeah,
Warwolf
let's do
gotta
it.
find another shootout. So thanks for having us, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's going to
man.
happen.
Yeah, and another thing, you can DM me. You can hit me on Twitter and everything else. So yeah, let's
Mike
make
can
it
give me
happen,
Mike can give me your contact info on Twitter. I'll get a hold of you there. I'm not sure if I'm up to my follow limit yet because Twitter is weird like that. But yes, there's a goddamn follow limit. Apparently, you get every for every 1,000 people you follow, you get to follow another 5,000 people, something like that. I don't know how the hell it works. Twitter is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it's something else, man.
Yeah. All right,
Although
man.
exactly
We're
what
out.
nobody
And
wants to
so,
tell us.
Have a good rest of the show, 24.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
it, man. Thank y'all, man.
Do we pop
Thanks for
ourselves
having
out, or
us.
do you pop us out? How's it work? Hold on.
I mean, you guys can go ahead and jump out. It's all good, man.
All right, man. I'm bugging
All
out.
right, man.
Thanks for having me, and you guys have a good day out there. And for the rest of you, it was good making your acquaintance.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. And I'm looking forward to the next time, man. So let's make it happen. Appreciate that. There you go. Mike Mexican Iron Man and Warwolf. Great guys, man. I enjoy them here. And so let me look through, see who's left. Now we definitely wanted to that you guys get ready for Friday Night Tights. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, so I'd like to thank 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser for being here. Hey, thank you. I look forward to catching up with you tonight at 9:30 Central. If you guys haven't subscribed to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, please do. Great man, he's doing great things, and we're going to be talking comic books later on tonight. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'd love for you guys to join me there. So if you could, please support him, and please give him a sub, so that way we all rise together, man, and we all look out for one another, and it's always a great thing. I'd like to say thank you for Cold Era, my boy Robert, for being here. Please subscribe to Cold Era if you haven't. He started up his channel, and we're just trying to build himself up like the rest of us. So I'd say thank you. I'd say thank you to Mark, the Infinitely Tired. Hey, man, thank you for being here, man. What's up, bro? Man, I'll talk to you pretty soon, man. So hopefully I get a chance, Mark. My man, Lord Thoth and Sit Room. Man, great guys, along with the Brightest Day. Please subscribe to Lord Thoth. Subscribe to Brightest Day if you can. These gentlemen are doing great things. So, what else we got here? Let me see. Lord Thoth, badass Lord Thoth. And Clobbering Times. Yeah, man, my man Clobbering Times. He's a comic book aficionado. Great dude. He just hit 1K. He just and he's doing things. He has a ton of comic book knowledge, and please subscribe to him if you haven't. He's I do the comic book roundtable with him on Tuesdays, so it's definitely great to be subscribed to him and just have that abundance of knowledge every time you check out his videos. You get to learn all kinds of shit about comic books. So it says you're a robot, and I'm breaking up doing the robot. Oh wait. Beady. I'm fucking around, but just wanted to tell y'all thank y'all for being here. I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's gave me a thumbs up, came by the channel, said hi, give a shout out, to everybody. Please subscribe to these YouTubers. They're all working their way up, creating great content. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evenings. Enjoy FNT. And for everybody that'll be watching this on a replay or a rewind, thank you for watching also. So you guys take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. Get you something to drink. Get you something to eat. Get ready for FNT. Friday Night Tights over on Nerdrotics channel. Go check them out. It's a great show starting up right now. And you guys should go ahead and check it out. So please do. Love y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me because that shit means everything to me, man. So thank y'all. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully, if not over the weekend, definitely first thing Monday. So again, you take it easy. Enjoy your weekends. Love y'all. And y'all take it easy. Peace. Oh. And as always, it's your boy, 24/7, here with 24/7 Fusion Media. And I'm out. Peace.